Welcome to Bourbon School. I'm Marianne.
And I'm Brian, and if you've got a reluctant bourbon drinker in your life,
We have the perfect flight lined up to change their mind.
let's get into it.
Stay tuned. Coming
Coming
at
up.
Okay, Brian.
Yes.
So today we are going to be talking to people out there who really want to introduce bourbon to someone in their life, but this person has been reluctant to try it so far.
Right.
And
Or they just think, I don't like whiskey, or it's too hot, or whatever.
Right. They for whatever reason, they do not want to give this beautiful, delicious amber fluid liquid a go.
Wow. Okay. That was very descriptive.
Thank you. And we here at Bourbon School feel that we have a great list of 4 suggestions that you can run by a reluctant bourbon drinker to really help get them started in this beautiful journey.
Yeah, absolutely. And before we even get into that, I always recommend the first thing to do before you do this, because we are talking about here drinking it neat.
Yes.
And that's a step. I always say start with like an old-fashioned cocktail, because that is like, so I would say do this after you give them that, because old-fashioned is like a blank slate. You can use whatever kind of syrups you want in it. You can use whatever kind of bitters you want in it. You can really tailor it to their flavor palette and what they like.
And you can aim at a lower proof too.
And you can put any proof you want in it. If you want to go higher, you can. If you want to go low, you can. And I think it's a nice way to get them acclimated to just whiskey and bourbon in general.
I agree. And all right, B, before we get into it and you start introducing our first bottle, everybody out there, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel.
Okay, so let's just say real quick, we have used this. We have guinea pigged this on people.
Yep.
And
it has worked.
It has worked. I mean, there's probably 3 or 4 people who we've done this with that at least come away with a better appreciation for bourbon if they don't become bourbon drinkers.
I feel like this might have been my introduction, except for really, I remember really when I was starting to drink bourbon, I had a lot of the
Russell's Reserve.
Russell's 10-year. Thank
Yep.
you. My God.
I was on it.
You sure were. Good job. Thank you.
Okay, so number 1, we're going to start lowest proof to highest proof, and we're not going to get too high, but we're also not going to get too low. Like we're not going to recommend anything like that's an 80 proof starter bourbon. I think you want to start at 90 because it's going to give you a little more flavor, a little more punch.
Starting at 80 really isn't bleh. It's just bleh.
And I think giving somebody like Jim Beam White Label is going to turn them off.
Yeah, for sure.
I just don't think it's going to be enjoyable. So we're going to start.
You want to introduce them to flavor.
Yes.
And I think an 80 proofer just doesn't capture that flavor.
Correct. Correct. So we're going to start with number 1, Buffalo Trace. 90 proof. It's a standard classic bourbon. You get the caramel, you get the vanilla, you get the oak. You don't get too much spice in a Buffalo Trace, which is nice. It kind of really leans towards the sweeter flavors. You also get a little bit of the cherry that generally people talk about with Buffalo Trace. I think it is a super balanced and very basic way to start somebody off without being like too basic like an Evan Williams or Jim Beam 80 proofer, where it's just, there's not much going on. This has a little more going on flavor-wise. But they are classic bourbon flavors, so you're not really throwing them anything too weird.
Yeah, I think that's a great start.
Yeah.
But my next one is the best. And anybody, fans of the channel, you know what I'm going to say. It's a standard love that we have across the board here. It's a Woodford Double Oaked. Now, in this instance, you know, I always say I like a pick better, but if you're just introducing somebody to bourbon, I think a standard shelfer would be just fine.
For sure.
So here's some of the characteristics that a Woodford Double Oak possesses that a non-bourbon drinker would really, really love. First of all, it comes in at about 90.4.
Oh, exactly 90.4.
Oh. Wow, really?
Yeah.
Oh, look at me go.
That's just what it is all the time.
Oh, good for me. I didn't even put my glasses on.
Oh, okay.
And you just get those beautiful marshmallow toasted campfirey flavors that just it's just so beautiful. It's just such a nice coupling of flavor into a bourbon, and it's not your typical bourbon flavors. So I think if you want people to see what bourbon can offer, this is a great bourbon to give to new bourbon drinkers, because it shows the diversity of what bourbon can be.
Yeah, absolutely. And what a finished bourbon can be.
Yes.
And I think with that one, if they walk away from this flight and say, yeah, I'm not much of a bourbon drinker, they're still going to say, most likely, I really like
that
double oak.
Woodford double oak.
And they might be a double oak drinker only. Our friend Jody. That's where she's at.
Yep.
We did this flight with her. She loved the double oak, and she has her husband grab her Woodford double oak.
The next day.
Yes.
The very next day. Okay, B.
Yes.
The next pour-an-hour flight is going to be a Knob Creek 9.
Yes.
Okay, and that is a really great way to move up the chain, like you said, with starting low proof, getting to higher proof. Things that I love about this, obviously the age statement. I love in this particular one the depth of flavor. It starts off strong, it finishes strong, and it gives you that nice Kentucky hug.
Okay.
And you know that is something that I really enjoy about bourbon.
You always point it out.
It's one of my favorite parts of drinking bourbon. I like that warm feeling. You get some really great flavor in this one. There's that deep vanilla flavor, and it also has that bourbon spice that you pick up on, like, you know, those baking spices that are, again, typical in drinking bourbon. So I think it's a great third pour.
I agree. And I mentioned this earlier about the age. Like, you're now walking them up in age too, and proof.
Yep.
And I think we're progressing nicely
to
our last one.
I kind of want to drink this flight today after we're done making this video.
Okay, let's do. I don't have any Buffalo Trace.
Son of a biscuit.
We could find something to substitute for it.
I think we should do a flight.
Okay.
That would be fun.
All right, and then last one, pour number 4. And again, if we're introducing them to bourbon, we don't necessarily want to go 5 or 6 pours. Like, I think 4 is a good number.
4 is plenty, especially for new bourbon drinker. And we're not even talking about ounce pours. These are like tastings.
Yeah. And I would say only go with a 4th if you feel like they're ready for it, because now we're going to kick up the proof a little bit. So the number 4 pour would be a Maker's cask strength. And I think this is a perfect one because you're giving them now another dimension of bourbon, which is a wheated bourbon.
Yep.
So now they're going to get that kind of sweetness and softness from the wheat. Now we're also kicking it up in proof as well. They're anywhere, I mean, the ones I've gotten are usually between 110 and 112 proof. They can vary by batch, but that's about where they sit. And like Makers, I think even if they were kind of like so-so on the Knob Creek, which is, again, it's got a little more spice, it's got that peanut, it's got some different flavors. Makers is very pleasing. It's sweet, it's got like butterscotch, it's got vanilla frosting, it's got the cherry, like it has some very sweet, enjoyable flavors that I think maybe would be a nice change of pace. And I think that the sweetness kind of tempers the proof as well. Like, this is not going to be a 110 proofer that's going to burn their face off.
No, especially with it being a wheater, you are going to now experience, a new bourbon drinker is going to experience how a light bourbon tastes. Like you did mention this in your description, how it lightens it up.
Yeah.
And that is one of the things that I love about a wheat bourbon is how light it can be.
Yes. And you're also like, by moving it up in proof, you're giving them, like, they're going to learn to appreciate that it's going to bring a little more heat, but also a different mouthfeel. It's going to be a little more viscous. Like, you have now walked them through like a much lighter bourbon to something with a little more proof and a little more viscosity, and you kind of give them the whole spectrum.
So you just said it's bringing the heat with great mouthfeel.
Yeah.
Who wouldn't want that?
Okay. So bonus question.
Okay.
If the person you're giving this flight to is like, this is awesome, what's next?
Okay.
So they're ready for a 5th pour.
Yep.
So you gotta amp it up in proof a little bit. We're not gonna get into like a Jack Daniel's single barrel proof.
Oh God, no,
like
we're not
that.
burning
like, we don't
anybody's
want to go crazy.
face off.
So we just want to step it up a little bit for them. What is the kind of bonus 5th pour you're gonna give them?
That's an easy one.
Okay.
It's Penelope marshmallow toast or creme brulee.
Okay.
I am right now in my Penelope era, and I think now I'm introducing them to another finished bourbon. And again, what I really like about this is showing the different flavor profiles that bourbon can have.
Yeah.
That they're not all the same, that it's not all the same juice in every bottle, and you can really see what can be done with bourbon.
Okay.
I really, really love that stuff.
All right. And I guess if you couldn't find those, because those are sometimes hard to find, you could do just like a Penelope toasted.
Oh, I thought you were going to catch me off guard and ask me for another.
No, you could just do like a Penelope toasted.
Okay.
Like,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like that's, same like 115, 119
Yes.
proof. But all right. I am going to say Wild Turkey Rare Breed. I think it's a slight step up. It's not crazy higher from, like if you have a 111 proof Maker's Mark, then you're going to 116.8. It's not crazy higher. It's got a little more rye spice in it. It's got the Wild Turkey funk, so now you're giving them something very unique that is unique to like that brand. And it's just another way because Wild Turkey Rare Breed really leans more towards like things like cinnamon and clove and the spices. And so even though it still has a sweetness, it's giving you another kind of layer of flavor.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that would be a good one to step them up to if they wanted to get a little hotter and a little, let's do something a little different than what we've been
If they want to get a little hotter and more crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I was pushing out the funk.
All right. So I think that is kind of a nice beginner flight along with a bonus pour if they're ready to
take it
to the next level. So give it a try with some of your reluctant bourbon drinkers and report below and let us know what they think.
I'd also be curious to know what you think of our list, if you think this is a good flight.
Yeah.
Or if you disagree with any, or agree with or disagree with any of the bourbons that we had on our list today.
Yeah. Let us know what your flight would look like in the comments below.
And if you like this video, please make sure to like, subscribe, share, and hit that bell for notifications.
So you never miss another episode of Bourbon School.
Cheers. We have nothing to
Cheers,
cheers with.
everybody.